Hey folks, it's Fernando doing another video here for More Survivalists. I have a message here from Peter. It says, "Hi Fairfeld, do you still carry your messenger bag every day now that you're living in Ireland? And have you changed the contents towards less heavy-duty survival? Thanks, Peter." Well, Peter, that's an interesting question. I've changed a few things actually, and keep in mind that my situation is not the same here. In Buenos Aires, you had, of course, it's a much more dangerous place than living here. But most of all, what's changed is that I'm not really walking nearly as much as I did in Buenos Aires. In Buenos Aires, the messenger bag made a lot of sense because I was walking to all these places, using a lot of public transportation, train, subway, the bus. So I would walk a lot more in Buenos Aires. Here, I find myself using the car a lot more. Everywhere that I'm going, I'm jumping into the car and just going there with the car. And if, for example, I'm going hiking or to a park or whatnot, I'll get in the car and take a hiking bag or day pack with me. But it's always the car, like a constant. And I have a lot of things already in the vehicle. I have a good first aid kit. I have plenty of water, spare winter clothes and supplies and such. So there's a lot of stuff already in the car. So that has changed quite a bit. Having said that, if I'm walking and such for some time, I am taking a bag. Now the bag has also changed. In Buenos Aires, I would have these canvas bags, which I liked because you could customize and sew things yourself, so as to modify them a little bit. This is the bag that I'm using mostly around here. Even my gas mask satchel, it's made of canvas, which gets wet very easily. Of course, this is actually a much better idea for wet climates like the ones we have here. This would be also the bag that I use in Argentina whenever going to the coast, to the beach and such. It not only keeps water away, it also keeps sand away. It has a zipper. I don't think it's being made anymore. They're doing a similar bag, but the last one that I saw, it does not have this zipper. If I find anything, if I find it, I'm going to be leaving the message, the link below in the comments. If I do find it in Amazon, this is called the North Face Bomber messenger bag. I think that's the name, Bomber bag. It's made of very tough, I think it's PVC coated material, very resistant, and with that zipper all around, it makes for a great seal. This is a bag also that I like a lot. This is from Saddlebag Leather, and I've taken this bag in many trips in different parts of the world, but being leather, it's not as good when you have such wet climates as we have here. So yeah, it is waterproof and it's going to be keeping your contents dry, but it is leather, which is not ideal for this type of climate. This is more like it. So even though I mostly take my car, just a couple days ago we went to downtown with my wife, and we went on the train so as to see, just so as to check it out, see how it is traveling in train around here and such. So this is the bag that I took, and these are the contents that I have. Not really a lot of stuff, as you can probably see. I do always, whenever I have a bag with me, I will have a water bottle. It's a common sense. You do get thirsty eventually, and water has a ton of other uses besides drinking it. What else? Some Kleenex. Actually, these are from Argentina. It's either still in Spanish. So yeah, I guess I'm not using these a lot, but I do have them floating around. Alcohol gel for hand sanitizer. This is pretty important, guys. Lots of you folks may underestimate how important it is to keep your hands clean. You know what? In poor places, in third world countries, and that sort of thing, when there's a lot of poverty floating around, in poor parts of the world, it's even more of a big deal. And if things, anywhere that is struggling economically, and there's a growing amount of poverty in the population, you will see people getting sick more often. You will see more diseases floating around, and it's not the same thing to touch something that has been touched by 1,000 folks in Norway than in Bolivia or Argentina or somewhere in Latin America, where there's more poverty means more diseases. Pretty big deal keeping your hands clean. So before having lunch or whatever, hand sanitizer. This is Technora cord. Technora, yeah, this is Lero's Magic brand, but it's Technora, which is a strong, this is actually stronger than 550 paracord, and see how compact it is. I love this stuff. It's very small yet very resistant. It takes pretty much nothing in terms of space. Respirator face mask. This is a 3M and FFP3. This is actually providing a good level of protection. I love these things. The FFP3, especially the collapsible masks, this fit great. And this is something that I've got used to having. You know, may seem ridiculous for some folks, but there's so many reasons why you want to have a way of ensuring breathable air. And it goes for everything from, you know, you have a flu, you have Ebola, you have the possibility of even, you know, natural or man-made disasters. It doesn't matter. Anything that compromises air, you will be glad to have one of these. And air is very important. You are not going to be lasting very long without it. So, in spite of being you know, from a certain perspective, it's like of a very unlikely scenario, but if it happens, it's a very big deal, not being able to breathe. So I always try to have a respirator with me. I bought several of these. I have them in most of my kits. Actually, I think in all of them. Yeah, air. A quick cloth. This is combat gauze. I started carrying some sort of hemostatic gauze in Argentina, and mostly the concern over there in Buenos Aires was, you know, if you get shot, you have a way of stopping the bleeding. I still have it with me, and I have quick cloth also in many of my kits. And the reason is the following. There's other things that could happen. You know, maybe one of the most common reasons could be a car accident. If there's an accident, if you get shot, stabbed, and you need to stop that bleeding, quick cloth is actually great for that. It's actually one of the biggest lifesavers in combat field. So I still have it with me, and I have it in pretty much all of my other bags as well. You know, small first aid kits, you know, for more normal type of stuff, less dramatic. You know, just a few band-aids and such. I did add a couple things, mostly super glues for small cuts and such. You have a few alcohol wipes there, ibuprofen, pain relief tablets and such. I like this because it was nice and compact, flat, working well for bags and such. What else do I have here? Not a lot more. Yeah, I did take, this is something that I usually have in my pocket, but whenever I'm taking a bag with me, it's just better to just leave it in the bag. A little leather bag with my keys. This is what I usually have in my pocket in terms of pocket EDC, because if I'm not taking a bag because I'm moving mostly with a car, I still have this bag with me, as I've shown in previous videos about pocket EDC. I have my car keys. No, not my car keys. These are my house keys with a little flashlight there. This is a Through Night T flashlight. And keep in mind, this works along with what I've always shown in terms of pocket EDC. I will have also an actual proper flashlight, AA flashlight in my pocket as well. This way, even, you know, without having the bag, I still have, in terms just of pocket EDC, I still have two flashlights. Maybe it's excessive for some. I just got used to it by now and feel pretty much naked without the stuff that I have in my pockets. Yeah, I also have, I've shown this in previous videos, but since I'm showing it already, I also have the headphones. All right, the headphones are so as to work along with my smartphone. The smartphone, this one, has a built-in FM radio. And the thing is that the radio does not work if you don't have the headphones, because it uses as an antenna. So it's a way of making sure I always have an FM radio with me. If something goes really wrong and you don't know what's going on, you need to get some information, you will love having an FM radio. And so as to ensure that, I make sure that I have my headphones with me. Now, I didn't used to carry these until I started carrying this leather pouch. The headphones don't bother you there, and the leather pouch works almost like a liner for my pocket, so as to not have all those sharp things poking through a pocket. Makes things easier and simple. Just get it out of the pocket, throw it, or move it into a bag and whatnot. Makes it easier. Then I have finally I have a couple of these. I think I got these from IKEA. They were selling them for a buck or something like that. Very, very cheap. Yeah, there it says IKEA. And this is what the kits that I usually have for whatever bag I'm taking. It's something that I just grab and throw it in there and don't worry much about it. And here I'll have a couple of rain ponchos, another respirator. You see the redundancy in many of these things. Another rain poncho, emergency blankets, smaller survival kit. This is actually a tin that I did some time ago, and I sold a few of those through YouTube. Gave one away to one of you guys. That's lots of stuff in there. There's actually a proper video in it. Look it up in the channel in the little search box. Survival tin kit. You will find it, and there's a ton of stuff in there. Some more cordage and dextro energy tablets. This is pretty much dextrose, which is sugar. And yeah, I know this is not food or anything good, but if you're without food for some time and you need energy, this is one of the most compact ways of having just pure sugar, so as to keep you going if you need it. Yeah, I know it's not great food or anything like that. I'm actually avoiding eating that kind of stuff, but for the purpose of a survival kit, it makes a lot of sense to have at least something in there, and that is very, very compact. So folks, that's basically it. Just showing you guys what I would have in a normal messenger bag. Keep in mind the following: your circumstances will change, your life will change, your geographic location may change as well. So depending where it is that you are, you may have different needs and such. That's something that I've learned. I always try looking at what I'm needing at that time. I upgrade wherever it is that I find something better than what I already have. I will upgrade it, and basically look at that. Understand what it is that I need depending on where I am geographically, as well as time in life. Maybe for someone that has a baby, that you have a tactical diaper bag, which is kind of a joke, but at the same time, you have a baby, you need to have diapers with you and your baby stuff, and you're going to be having it anyway. Why not include in it your other your other gear and supply that you're planning on carrying anyway? So you would incorporate that into what you need for that time in your life. When that's no longer the case, you don't need that anymore, you change again. And if you move somewhere else and you have other needs, you keep on adapting to what it is that is required. In terms of clothing and such, maybe not going for a heavier, one of the things that happens here is it rains a lot. So a rain jacket, this is a high-tech dry tech. This is actually very good because it keeps you dry and it's breathable, as it says here, fully seamed. Let me change that there. Fully seamed, waterproof, breathable. This jacket combined with a fleece works very well. It's very compact, light. I also have a proper cold weather North Face jacket, Columbia and other brands as well, but that sort of thing works nice for wet climates like the ones that we have here. So folks, that's basically it. Just a little explanation on what is that I have with me and what I have in terms of EDC bags. Guys, subscribe, share, like the video, which is always appreciated. Take care, have a great day, and see you in our next video.